राम राम राम। सर्वेभ्यः हृत्पूर्वकनमस्काराः। Welcome to the ninth session of Learn to Chant Shivananda Lahari. So last class we completed learning to chant 13 verses but completed the meaning of 11 and 12. So this class we will learn the meaning of 13 and then endeavor to complete till 15, both meaning and chanting. So we will begin with Guru Vandanam, and I request Diti to please chant from the second verse onwards, from Shruti Smriti Purananam till all the Guru Vandanam verses. Gururev gatirgurumev bhaje Gurunaiv sahasmi namo gurave न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरौ मम पाहि गुरो।
श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करल्लोकशङ्करम्। सौन्दर्यलहरीकर्त्रे सर्वमङ्गलदायिने शङ्कराचार्यवर्याय यतिराजाय ते नमः। शङ्कारूपेण मच्चित्तं पङ्कीकृतमभूद्यया किङ्करीयस्य सा माया शङ्कराचार्यमाश्रये। Excuse me, ma'am. Could you move to the next slide?
Yeah, I have moved to Prahlada Varado Devo. It's not seen. Okay, I think we lost Aditi's connection.
प्रह्लादवरदो देवो यो नृसिंहः परो हरिः नृसिंहोपासकन्नित्यं तन्नृसिंहगुरुं भजे। श्रीसच्चिदानन्द शिवाभिनव्य नृसिंह भारत्यभिधान्यतीन्द्रान् विद्यानिधीन् मन्त्रनिधीन् सदात्मनिष्ठान् भजे मानवशम्भुरूपान्। तदात्मध्याननिरतं विषयेभ्यः पराङ्मुखम् नौमि शास्त्रेषु निष्णातं चन्द्रशेखर भारतीम्। विवेकिनं महाप्रज्ञं धैर्यौदार्यक्षमानिधिं सदाभिनवपूर्वन्तं विद्यातीर्थगुरुं भजे। भारती करुणापात्रं भारती पदभूषणं भारती पदमारूढं भारती तीर्थमाश्रये। भारती तीर्थवर्यन्तं भक्तहृत्तापनाशनं भवभीतिहरं देवं भावये सततं हृदि। विद्याविनयसम्पन्नं वीतरागं विवेकि
विद्या विनय संपन्नौ वीतरागौ विवेकिनम् वन्दे वेदान्त तत्त्वज्ञौ विधुशेखर भारतीम् अनन्तगुणसम्पन्नामनन्ताभिधयाश्रुताम् अनन्तज्ञानदात्रीं तां मातरं प्रणुमो वयम् गैर्वाण्या संविबोधेन जीवनं मौल्यसंयुतं या करोत्तान्नमाम्यम्बां शारदामूर्तरूपिणीम् कलाभ्यां चूडालङ्कृतशशिकलाभ्यां निजतपः फलाभ्यां भक्तेषु प्रकटितफलाभ्यां भवतु मे शिवाभ्यामस्तोकत्रिभुवन शिवाभ्यां हृदि पुनर्भवाभ्यामानन्दस्फुरदनुभवाभ्यां नतिरियम्. Okay, now we will just revise verses 11 to 13. Shriya, could you chant 11 and 12?
वटुर्वा गेही वा यति परति जटी वा तदिरतः
Once again,
नरो
Vaturva.
वटुर्वा गेही वा यतिरपि जटी वा तदितरः नरो वा यः कश्चित् भवतु भव किन्तेन भवति यदीयं हृत्पद्मं यदि भवदधीनं पशुपते तदीयस्त्वं शम्भो भवसि भवभारं च वहसि. गुहायां गेहे वा बहिरपि वने वाद्रिशिखरे जले वा वह्नौ वा वसतु वसतेः किं वद फलम् सदा यस्यैवान्तःकरणमपि शम्भो तव पदे स्थितं चेद्योगोऽसौ स च परमयोगी स च सुखी.
Uttamam. Now, Charu, could you chant the 13th verse?
असारे संसारे निज भजन दूरे जडधिया भ्रमन्तं मान्धं परम कृपया पातुमुचितं मदन्यः को दीनः तव कृपण रक्षाति निपुणः त्वदन्यः को वा मे त्रिजगति शरण्यः पशुपते. Bhagini, you're on mute.
Dhanyavada. Thank you, Charu. So let us see the meaning of this verse today. Pashupate. So again and again, we see that Shankaracharya is referring to Ishvara as Pashupati, O Lord of all Jivas, O Lord of all Jivatmas who are in the form of animals in this Ajnana without experiencing the Shivanandam. So, O Pashupate, and all these verses, they are a flowing of bhakti. So directly he is addressing Ishvara and telling him these things. He gives no option but for Ishvara to protect him. Ishvara has to protect him. He has no other option. So what does our Acharya Shankara say in this verse? He Pashupate, asare samsare nija bhajana dure jadadhiya भ्रमन्तं मां भ्रमन्तं अंधं Patumuchitam mam paramakripaya palaya. So that's what he says. So in this samsara, which is asara. So samsara is the world. This is asara, meaning it does not have any sara or any essence. It does not have any real essence. It is a marubhumi. It is like a desert, like Shankaracharya refers to in some other stotram. There is one verse by an ancient verse which Mata, Anantalakshmi Mata taught us. Ito na kinchit, parato na kinchit, yato yato yami, tato na kinchit. Vicharya pashyami jaganna kinchit, swatmavabodhad adhikam na kinchit. There is nothing here. Itaha na kinchit. Tato na kinchit. Wherever you see, there is nothing. Yato yato yami. Wherever I search, there is no real essence. Vicharya pashyami. Even when I inquire and see, jagan na kinchit. There is nothing in this samsara. Swatmava bodhad adhikam na kinchit. Nothing is greater or nothing is there beyond swatmava bodha. Or in other words, your Atmajnana or Shivanandam. Beyond that, there is nothing. So this samsara, samsare kim saram, there is no essence. In this world, which has no real essence, and also how is it? Nija bhajana dure, which is away from contemplating on one's true self. So we are trying to find essence in this world, which doesn't have any real essence, and it is away from contemplating one's true nature. So how am I in this world? Jadadhiya andham brahmantam patum uchitam. Sorry. Jadadhiya, with a dull intellect. So brahmantam, I am just wandering here and there, roaming about with a dull intellect, trying to find essence in this world, which is lacking, which is devoid of any real essence. And why? Andham, I am blind. So, Ajnana timirandhasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshuhu unmilitam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha. So, that shloka teaches us how this Ajnana timira has blinded us. We are all blind with this darkness of ignorance. And it is only Guru's grace which helps us, which gives us that eye of knowledge and which enlightens us. So, Andham mam brahmantam. And how am I further? Patum uchitam. I am fit to be protected by you. It is appropriate for you to protect me. Uchitam, patum uchitam, fit for protection. Madanyaha, deenaha kaha, madanyaha tava kripana rakshati nipunaha, deenaha kaha. So, other than me, who is fit for protection by you? So who else is? So deenaha means someone who is in a very pitiable state, in a very miserable state, and someone who needs your protection. So whom will you get who is more, deserving of this protection than me? Madanyah ko deenaha. Who is a deena other than me? O Pashupate, tava kripana rakshati nipunaha. And who are you? You are kripana raksha ati nipunaha. You are extremely skilled, not just nipuna. Naipunya means skill, expertise. You are ati nipuna. You are the best. You are the foremost. You have the foremost expertise. You are the best among the best in protecting the ignorant and protecting the helpless people. I am helpless and fit for protection by you. And who are you? You are the best, the foremost, and expert among protecting the helpless. So how he addresses Bhagavan, Parameshwara. So he is making a very good case for Parameshwara, saying that I am such a Deena, such a helpless person fit for protection, and you are the best among those who protect. So, Tvadanyaha, other than you, Trijagati, in the three words, Kova me Sharanyaha, who else is my refuge in the three words other than you, O Pashupati? So you better protect me. So that is the request made by Acharya Shankara to Parameshwara in this verse to Pashupati, asking him to protect him. Now, this word Dina keeps repeating in the next few verses. So, Dainyam, or this nature of helplessness, is a feature when is also, it denotes ahankara rahityam, when you completely surrender to Bhagavan, giving up all your ahankara and ego. Only then that Dainyam comes. So that is a very important aspect of bhakti yoga. And only when one becomes that Dina will Bhagavan also protect us. And even in Narada Bhakti Sutras, you see importance given to this Dainyam. And in Gita Govindam of Jayadeva, which is a very great work consisting of verses and 24 Ashtapadis, that is songs of 8 stanzas each, which describes the union of Radha, Jivatma, with Krishna, Paramatma, and the role played by Sakhi, or the Guru, who unites the Jivatma and Paramatma. In the 8th Ashtapadi, we see very interestingly, Jayadeva uses this word, Dina. Sa virahe tava Dina. Madhava manasija vishikha bhayadiva bhavanaya tvai lina. So the Sakhi is describing to Krishna the state of Radha, who is yearning for union with Paramatma. And how has she become? So because she has not attained that Paramatma yet, she is in a very pitiable state, helpless. She has become Dina. Sa virahe tava Dina. Madhava. So here Sakhi is describing to Krishna, saying, please show mercy on her, because she has become so helpless because she is not with you. So this Dainyam we see in many contexts where a devotee should be Dina, or be in that state where one surrenders, saying that Bhagavan is my sole refuge. Nobody else other than Bhagavan can protect me. So that is what Shankaracharya also tells us in this verse. I will just read the overall meaning for you. O Bhagavan, in this world empty of essence or true joy, which has led me far from contemplating my real self, I am roaming, lost and blind, with a dull intellect. It befits you to protect me with supreme compassion. Who else is more helpless than me for you to shelter? And who other than you, so skilled in protecting the helpless, could be my refuge in all the 3 worlds, O Pashupati? Okay, now I request Charu to please chant this verse once, and all of you chant the verse with experiencing the meaning. Thank you.
असारे संसारे निज भजन दूरे जडधिया भ्रमन्तं मामन्धं परम कृपया पातुमुचितम् मदन्यः को दीनः तव कृपण रक्षाति निपुणः त्वदन्यः को वा मे त्रिजगति शरण्यः पशुपते.
Dhanyavadaha, Charu. Well chanted. Next one. Aditi, next verse. Prabhustvan deenanam.
प्रभुस्त्वं दीनानां प्रभुस्त्वं दीनानां
खलु परमबन्धुः पशुपते.
खलु परमबन्धुः पशुपते खलु परमबन्धुः पशुपते
प्रमुख्योऽहन्तेषाम्
प्रामुख्योऽहन्तेषां
अपि किमुत बन्धुत्वमनयोः
अपि किमुत बन्धुत्वमनयोः अपि किमुत बन्धुत्वमनयोः
त्वयैव क्षन्तव्याः
त्वयैव क्षन्तव्याः त्वयैव क्षन्तव्याः
शिवमदपराधाश्च सकलाः
शिवमदपराधाश्च सकलाः शिवमदपराधाश्च सकलाः
प्रयत्नात् कर्तव्यम्
प्रयत्नात् कर्तव्यम् प्रयत्नात् कर्तव्यम्
मदवनमियं बन्धुसरणिः
मदवनमियं बन्धुसरणिः मदवनमियं बन्धुसरणिः
उत्तमम्. Please note the Mahapranas. Prabhustvam hu. Prabhustvam Deenanam combining becomes Prabhustvam Deenanam. Khalu kha. Parama bandhuhu. Dhu is Mahaprana. Parama bandhu Pashupate. So here we have Visarga. This is denoted by the sign of Upadhmaniya. Parama bandhu Pashupate. Pramukyoham. Kha is Mahaprana. This is a avagraha chinha. Pramukyaha aham. So when you combine, it becomes pramukyoham. This is called avagraha chinha. Tesham api kimuta bandhutva manayoho. Dhu is Mahaprana. Bandhutvam. So please note the dvitvam there. Here also prabhustvam. Note the dvitvam there. Tvayaiva kshantavyaha. Note the dvitvam here also. Tvayaiva kshantavyaha. Shiva madaparadhascha. Dha Mahaprana. Note the pronunciation of this sh. Aparadhascha. That sh, Shiva should be clear. We should chant it as sa. This is sa here. Sakalaha. Prayatnat kartavyam. Madavanamiyam. Bandhu saranihi. Dhu is Mahaprana. Prabhustvam deenanam khalu paramabandhuః pashupate.
प्रभुस्त्वं दीनानां खलु परमबन्धुः पशुपते प्रभुस्त्वं दीनानां खलु परमबन्धुः पशुपते
प्रमुख्यो हन्तेषाम् अपि किमुत बन्धुत्वमनयोः
प्रमुख्यो हन्तेषाम् अपि किमुत बन्धुत्वमनयोः प्रमुख्यो हन्तेषाम् अपि किमुत बन्धुत्वमनयोः
त्वयैव क्षन्तव्याः शिवमदपराधाश्च सकलाः
क्षन्तव्याः शिवमदपराधाश्च सकलाः त्वयैव क्षन्तव्याः शिवमदपराधाश्च सकलाः
प्रयत्नात् कर्तव्यम् मदवनमियं बन्धुसरणिः
प्रयत्नात् कर्तव्यम् मदवनमियं बन्धुसरणिः प्रयत्नात् कर्तव्यम् मदवनमियं बन्धुसरणिः
प्रभुस्त्वं दीनानां खलु परमबन्धुः पशुपते प्रमुख्यो हन्तेषाम् अपि किमुत बन्धुत्वमनयोः
प्रभुस्त्वं दीनानां खलु परमबन्धुः पशुपते प्रमुख्यो हन्तेषाम् अपि किमुत बन्धुत्वमनयोः प्रभुस्त्वन्दीनानां खलु परमबन्धुः पशुपते प्रमुख्यो हन्तेषाम् अपि किमुत बन्धुत्वमनयोः
त्वयैव क्षन्तव्याः शिवमदपराधाश्च सकलाः प्रयत्नात् कर्तव्यम् मदवनमियं बन्धुसरणिः
त्वयैव क्षन्तव्याः शिवमदपराधाश्च सकलाः प्रयत्नात् कर्तव्यम् मदवनमियं बन्धुसरणिः त्वयैव क्षन्तव्याः शिवमदपराधाश्च सकलाः प्रयत्नात् कर्तव्यम् मदवनमियं बन्धुसरणिः
प्रभुस्त्वन्दीनानां खलु परमबन्धुः पशुपते प्रमुख्यो हन्तेषाम् अपि किमुत बन्धुत्वमनयोः त्वयैव क्षन्तव्याः शिवमदपराधाश्च सकलाः प्रयत्नात् कर्तव्यम् मदवनमियं बन्धुसरणिः
प्रभुस्त्वन्दीनानां खलु परमबन्धुः पशुपते प्रमुख्यो हन्तेषाम् अपि किमुत बन्धुत्वमनयोः तयैव क्षन्तव्याः शिवमदपराधाश्च सकलाः प्रयत्नात् कर्तव्यम् मदवनमियं बन्धुसरणिः
Uttamam. Now let's see the meaning of this verse. Again, see in this verse again Shankaracharya is referring to Ishvara as Deenanam Prabhuhu. Hey Pashupate, O Lord of all the Jivatmas who are like animals, all the Pashus. Tvam Deenanam Prabhuhu. You are the Lord. Prabhu is, you are the master of all people who are helpless. So of all the helpless people, you are the Lord. See, Dainyam again, we are coming across here. In the previous verse also, we came across this quality of a bhakta, giving up all ahankara and being a Dina. So, Hey Pashupate, addressing Ishvara again. Tvam Deenanam Prabhuhu, you are the master of all the helpless ones. Paramabandhuhu Khalu, also you are the most intimate relative, aren't you? Khalu is that question. Aren't you the most important, the closest of all? Paramabandhu, not just Bandhu. Bandhu word itself has a lot of significance in Sanskrit. So that is someone who is always interested only in our welfare and always who, is wishing for our welfare, hitam. And Paramabandhu, like a relative, you are the most intimate or the closest relative for a person who is helpless. So he is not giving any option to Ishvara. He's saying, you are this, aren't you? So you have this title Ishvara, so you better protect it by protecting me. Otherwise, your title is at stake. That is the bhava here of a bhakta. Hey Pashupate, Tvam Deenanam Prabhuhu Paramabandhuhu Khalu, aren't you? Tesham api pramukhaha aham. Among all the ones who are helpless, you are the one master of all those who are helpless. Among all the ones who are helpless, aham pramukhaha. I am the foremost. So you are the master of all the helpless ones, and you are Paramabandhu, and among all the helpless ones, I am the foremost. So you better protect me. That is the wish. That is the the prayer made by the devotee, by the bhakta. Tesham aham pramukhaha. So among all those helpless, I am the most important. I am the foremost. Kimuta bandhutva manayoho kimuta. Kimuta means, should I say anything more? So you better protect me. Anayoho bandhutvam. Anayoho means between these two. Bandhutvam, this relationship, bandhavya. This bandhutvam anayoho kimuta. Do I need to say anything more? Shiva, oh auspicious one, mat aparadhaha sakalaha tvayaiva kshantavyaha. Tvaya eva is tvayaiva. Shiva, oh auspicious one. See how aptly Shankaracharya uses the sambodhanas, that is the addressing also. Shiva, oh auspicious one, you bring auspiciousness everywhere by destroying sins, right? So, tvaya eva, tvaya is by you, instrumental case, the third vibhakti, tritiya vibhakti. Tvaya eva kshantavyaha, mat aparadhascha sakalaha. Sakalaha madaparadhaha. All my sins. Aparadha is grave sins. All sins of mine. Sakalaha. All of them. Dvaya eva kshantavyaha Shiva. They ought to be forgiven only by you. I don't have anyone else. This is how the devotee surrenders. Tvayaiva. Eva is more emphasis. Eva is only. Tvayaiva kshantavyaha madaparadhascha sakalaha. And how should you do it? You should forgive me. All my sins should be forgiven only by you. Also, how should you do it? Mat avanam yam. Mat is my. Avanam is this protection. Rakshanam. So this protection of mine. Mat avanam prayatnat kartavyam. So this protection. Mat avanam. You should do it with effort, not just like that. Prayatnat kartavyam. My protection should be done with good effort by you. Why? Because you are my Paramabandhu and I am the foremost among the helpless and you are the Lord of, the Master of all those who are helpless. So you better protect me with effort. Mat avanam prayatnat kartavyam. Again, iyam bandhu saranihi. This is how relatives should behave. Iyam bandhu saranihi. This is how the relatives ought to behave, or this is the duty of relatives. So this is, sorry, this is again a verse where Shankaracharya is appealing to Parameshwara that you are Pashupati, you are the master of all those who are helpless. I am the foremost among helpless. So you better protect me and you better forgive all my sins. And this protection, you should do it with effort, not just like that. Why? Iyam bandhu sarani. That is the duty of relatives. Now, this Ishvara, that Ishvara should forgive all his sins, Shankaracharya has mentioned in many stotrams, like Shiva Paradha Kshamapana Stotram. There also he says, Shantavyo me paradhaha Shiva 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 Bho Shri Mahadeva Shambho. So let us experience this verse, sorry, with the meaning. Charu, will you chant this verse once?
प्रभुस्त्वं दीनानां खलु परमबन्धुः पशुपते प्रमुख्योऽहं तेषाम् अपि किमुत बन्धुत्वमनयोः त्वयैव क्षन्तव्याः शिवमदपराधाश्च सकलाः प्रयत्नात् कर्तव्यम् मदवनमियं बन्धुसरणिः.
In Shiva Manasa Puja, some of you have requested for the Stotram link. I will send it on the WhatsApp group again. One of the verses, I think the last verse, Shankaracharya says, Karacharana kritam va kayajam karmajam va shravananayanajam va manasam va paradham vihitam avihitam va sarvametat kshamasva. Jaya Jaya Karunabdhe Shri Mahadeva Shambho. So in many stotras we come across how he has sought, the bhakta seeks for forgiveness from Ishvara, for asking Ishvara to forgive all the sins, whether they are committed with hands or with feet, kara, charana, vak, kayajam, karmajam, whether with speech or with the body or with karma or by listening or with the mind. Even sins can be committed mentally. So all those sins, oh Shiva, please forgive, he says in Shiva Manasa Puja. Okay, now let us move to the next verse. Shriya, next verse. Upeksha no chet kim.
उपेक्षा नो चेत् किम् उपेक्षा नो चेत् किम्
न हरसि भवद्ध्यान विमुखाम्
न हरसि भवद्ध्यानविमुखाम् न हरसि भवद्ध्यानविमुखाम्
दुराशा भूयिष्ठाम्
दुराशा भूयिष्ठाम् दुराशा भूयिष्ठाम्
विधिलिपिमशक्तो यदि भवान्
विधिलिपिमशक्तो यदि भवान् विधिलिपिमशक्तो यदि भवान्
शिरस्तद्वैधात्रम्
शिरस्तद्वैधात्रम् शिरस्तद्वैधात्रम्
न खलु सुवृत्तं पशुपते
न खलु सुवृत्तं पशुपते न खलु सुवृत्तं पशुपते
Once again.
न खलु सुवृत्तं पशु.
There are two nas here. Na khalu.
क्षम्यताम्.
So na khalu. All of you please note there are two nas here. Both nas should be chanted. Na khalu suvrittam pashupate.
न खल सुवृत्तं पशुपते.
Once again.
न खल सुवृत्तं पशुपते.
न खलु सुवृत्तं पशुपते. कथं वा निर्यत्नं
कथं वा निर्यत्नं कथं वा निर्यत्नं
करनखमुखेनैव लुलितम्
करनखमुखेनैव लुलितम् करनखमुखेनैव लुलितम्.
Sorry for the bad throat today. I thought we should just continue instead of cancelling the class. So please bear with me. Upeksha no chet kim naharasi bhavadhyana vimukham. Note the Mahapranas. Bha, dhya and vimukham. There, bhavadhyana, the dvitvam. Please note here. Please note the dvitvam. I will just highlight for you. Bhavadhyana vimukham. Durasha bhuyishtham. Bhu and sha Mahaprana. Vidhi lipim ashakto yadi bhavan. Bhi and bha are Mahapranas. Shirastad vaidhatram. Note the dvitvam here. Vaidhatram. Dha is Mahaprana. Na nakhalu. Two nas here. So all of you please note the two nas. Both should be chanted. Na nakhalu suvrittam pashupate. Na kha is Mahaprana. Suvrittam Pashupate. Katham va. Anuswara and va combined becomes katham va niryatnam. Dvitvam niryatnam. Kara nakha mukhenaiva. Kara nakha mukhenaiva lulitam. So let us chant one line at a time. उपेक्षा नो चेत् किं न हरसि भवद्ध्यान विमुखाम्
उपेक्षा नो चेत् किं न हरसि भवध्यानविमुखाम् उपेक्षा नो चेत् किं न हरसि भवध्यानविमुखाम्
दुराशा भूयिष्ठाम् विधिलिपिमशक्तो यदि भवान्
दुराशा भूयिष्ठाम् विधिलिपिमशक्तो यदि भवान् दुराशा भूयिष्ठाम् विधिलिपिमशक्तो यदि भवान्
शिरस्तद्वैधात्रम् न खलु सुवृत्तं पशुपते
शिरस्तद्वैधात्रम् न खलु सुवृत्तं पशुपते शिरस्तद्वैधात्रम् न खलु सुवृत्तं पशुपते
कथं वा निर्यत्नं करनखमुखेनैव लुलितम्
कथं वा निर्यत्नं करनखमुखेनैव लुलितम् कथं वा निर्यत्नं करनखमुखेनैव लुलितम्
उपेक्षा नो चेत् किं न हरसि भवध्यानविमुखाम् दुराशा भूयिष्ठाम् विधिलिपिमशक्तो यदि भवान्
उपेक्षा नो चेत् किं न हरसि भवध्यानविमुखाम् दुराशा भूयिष्ठाम् विधिलिपिमशक्तो यदि भवान् उपेक्षा नो चेत् किं न हरसि भवध्यानविमुखाम् दुराशा भूयिष्ठाम् विधिलिपिमशक्तो यदि भवान्
शिरस्तद्वैधात्रम् न खलु सुवृत्तं पशुपते कथं वा निर्यत्नं करनखमुखेनैव लुलितम्
शिरस्तद्वैधात्रम् न खलु सुवृत्तं पशुपते कथं वा निर्यत्नं करनखमुखेनैव लुलितम् शिरस्तद्वैधात्रम् न खलु सुवृत्तं पशुपते कथं वा निर्यत्नं करनखमुखेनैव लुलितम्
उपेक्षा नो चेत् किं न हरसि भवध्यानविमुखाम् दुराशा भूयिष्ठाम् विधिलिपिमशक्तो यदि भवान् शिरस्तद्वैधात्रम् न खलु सुवृत्तं पशुपते कथं वा निर्यत्नं करनखमुखेनैव लुलितम्
उपेक्षा नो चेत् किं न हरसि भवध्यानविमुखाम् दुराशा भूयिष्ठाम् विधिलिपिमशक्तो यदि भवान् शिरस्तत्रैधात्रं न खलु सुवृत्तं पशुपते कथं वा निर्यत्नं करनखमुखेनैव लुलितम्.
Uttamam. The third line once again.
शिरस्तद्वैधात्रं न खलु सुवृत्तं पशुपते.
Fourth line also.
कथं वा निर्यत्नं करनखमुखेनैव लुलितम्.
Uttamam. Thank you, Shriya. Dhanyavadaha. Let us see the meaning of this verse. Here, Shankaracharya is wondering why Ishvara is still not protecting him. He says, you're definitely very able to protect me. But if you're still not protecting, then it is definitely your upeksha. That is, you are neglecting to protect me. Or it is, you are very lax about protecting me. You don't care enough for protecting me. It's not that you are not capable. Of course, you are very capable of protecting me. But it just shows that you are indifferent towards protecting me. And to prove that you are very capable of protecting me, Shankaracharya refers to an incident in the Puranas. You come across this incident in many Puranas, different versions in Shiva Purana and other Puranas, where once Ishvara removed the fifth head of Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma, who has 4 heads now. He had 5 heads once upon a time. And Ishvara once removed his 5th head. How did he do it? With just the tip of his nails. With kara nakha mukhena eva. Kara, his kara means hand, fingers. So kara nakha. So with the tip of his kara nakha is nail, not nail. Kara nakha mukhena. Just by the tip of the fingernail, eva only. Just by the tip of your fingernails, you could remove the 5th head of Brahma. So you are so capable. So, but still, if you're not protecting me, it means it's just your indifference, oh Ishvara. So last verse, he said, you have all these titles and you are my Paramabandhu. So you better protect me. And I am Dina. And you are the master of all those who are helpless. So you better protect me. Here he's saying you're so capable. But if you don't protect me, it just shows your indifference. So you better protect me. So here, let us see the word-to-word meaning. Upeksha no chet kim. If upeksha means indifference. If it is not indifference or neglect, then what is it? No, Pashupate, again addressing to Parameshwara. Oh Pashupati. If it is not indifference, what is it? What? Indifference towards what? Bhavadhyana vimukham. Durasha bhuyishtham. Vidhi lipim. Ashaktaha yadi bhavan na harasi. So, bhavadhyana vimukham. That is moved away or turned away from your dhyana, from your meditation. Durasha bhuyishtham, filled with avarice. So this mind of mine is filled with avarice. It is turned away from you. Bhavadhyana vimukha. So it has faced away from meditating upon you, and it is filled with avarice. Vidhi lipim, that is the destiny. Vidhi is Brahma. Vidhi lipi. So we all have this reference where you say that Brahma has written this on your this is what Brahma has destined. This is what Brahma has written. So this will happen. So even if we think that Brahma has written on my forehead, Lalata Likhita Rekha by Brahma, that I am not. My mind is going to be filled with avarice, and it is not towards Lord Shiva. Even then, na harasi. Why don't you don't remove that? So you are very well capable of even removing this Vidhi Lipi, this writing, this Brahma's writing, you are capable of removing. But if you are still not doing it, Hara has many meanings in Sanskrit. Hara means Shiva also. So like, you know, Hara and Hari. Hari means Vishnu. Hara means Parameshwara. Here, Harasi, it's a verb. Madhyama Purusha Ekavachanam, Hridhatu. So Harasi, Naharasi means you are not robbing or you are not removing. So it has many meanings, like I said. You are not removing this Vidhi Lipi, this Brahma's writing, which has made me to turn away from you and made my mind so avaricious. You are not removing it. So this is only your indifference or negligence, isn't it? And why do I say so? Pashupate Vaidhatram Shiraha, Tat Vaidhatram Shiraha, Na Nakalu Suvrittam, Niryatnam Katham Va Kara Naka Mukhenaiva Lulitam. So, Yadi Ashaktaha Bhavan, if you are not capable, if you say you are not capable of removing that Vidhi Lipi, which has made me turn against you, turn away from you, made me so avaricious, if you say I am incapable, Ashaktaha, Na Shaktaha, Ashaktaha, Yadi Bhavan, if so, then Katham Va Niryatnam Kara Naka Mukhenaiva Shirastad Vaidhatram Na Nakalu Subrittam Lulitam. So Lulitam means clipped off. So how was that fifth head of Brahma? Shiraha head. Tad Vaidhatram. That fifth head of Brahma. Fifth is not given here, but we have to understand. That head of Brahma, how was it niryatnam, effortlessly removed just by the tip of your fingernail? If you are incapable, how was that fifth head of Brahma removed? Tell me. So, of course, you're capable. That's a rhetorical question. Of course, you're capable. It's just your indifference. You're just neglecting to protect me and remove that Vidhi Lipi, because of which I'm not thinking of you, O Parameshwara. So, just we get curious as to what is this episode referred to in the Puranas. So there is, all of you please read up on this. You might come across multiple versions in different Puranas. So once Brahma and Vishnu started arguing about who is greater, Vishnu the preserver or Brahma the creator, the Chaturmukha Brahma, the four-faced Brahma, not that Parabrahman which we refer to. That difference we should be clear. Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma, now he has four heads. So Brahma and Vishnu started arguing with each other. That resulted in a fight, in a battle, when one of them used Pashupatastra, the other used Maheshwarastram. So both invoked Shiva and used Pashupatastra and Maheshwarastram. Now the effulgence of these astrams was so much, like the light generated when these two astrams were used was so much that it seems it was more than the brightness of 1,000 suns. And it had so much of power that it started burning the three worlds, these two astras. So all the devas and others ran to Parameshwara in Kailasa and said, "Oh Shiva, you should protect us, because these two are fighting and they have used two very powerful astrams which are so bright, so much of heat, which is consuming the universe because of its energy." And so Ishvara came there and he assumed the form of a column of light, which is Anadi Anantya, doesn't have a beginning, doesn't have an end. So he assumed the form of a column of light and he absorbed the energy of these two astrams. Then Brahma and Vishnu were very surprised to see this column of light, and one set out, Brahma set out in the form of a swan to find the source, the top of the light. And Vishnu set out in Varahamurti, as Varahamurti, in the form of a boar to find the end of the source of light. And Brahma kept going up, up, up in the form of a swan, but he couldn't find the source. But then he found a Ketaki flower falling. The Ketaki flower actually was adorning the head of Parameshwara, and when Parameshwara laughed and shook his head, it fell down. So Brahma asks the Ketaki flower, "Have you seen the top of this source of light?" And Ketaki flower tells him, you cannot find the top of the source of this light, O Brahma. So even if you, however further up you go, you won't find it. And I have fallen from the head of Shiva. But Brahma was very determined to prove that he is greater than Vishnu. So he tells, okay, but you should do me a favor. He convinces the flower, you please be my witness and say that you are a witness to the fact that I have seen the top of the light, the column of light. Now the Ketaki flower is obviously a false witness because Brahma has not seen. The Ketaki flower also agrees. And then Vishnu could not find the end and both of them go back. Then Brahma says, see, I found the source of light, Vishnu. I am greater than you. And this Ketaki flower is the witness, the false witness. And so Vishnu, he surrenders. He says, I was not able to find the end of this column of light. Then Ishvara, he shows his form and he tells Brahma, you committed a sin by lying. And not only lying, by also getting this false witness, Ketaki flower, to say that you have seen the source when you couldn't see the source. But Vishnu was truthful and he said, I could not see the end of this light. And that light of Shiva, column of light, which has no beginning and no end, that assumed the form of Arunachala hill, which you see in Tiruvannamalai today. So there, Ishvara is in the form of Agni Tattvam. So you have five, the Panchabhutas, Prithvi, Ap, Tejaha, Vayuhu, Akasham. Prithvi is earth. He is in the form of earth in Kanchi, Ekambareshwara temple. And he is in the form of Up, Jalalingam, in Jambukeshwara temple in Trichy, where there is constant source of water. Tejaha, that is, he is in the form of Agni in Tiruvannamalai, that is Arunachala, this Agni Tattvam. Then Vayu, he is in the form of air in Kalahasti, Kalahastishwara near Tirupati in Andhra. And he is in the form of Akasha, Chidakasha, ether or space in Chidambaram in Tamil Nadu. So the five Panchabhuta Lingas are there, and in Tiruvannamalai, it is believed that that column of light, that he assumed the form of Arunachala hill and the Linga in Arunachala. So even today you have the Kartika Deepam, etc. being lit on the hill, supposed to be Parameshwara himself. So this is the story associated with this verse. And to mend the ways of Brahma and to teach him a lesson for lying, Ishvara is believed to have removed the fifth head of Brahma with his, just by the tip of his fingernail. And he also cursed Brahma that you won't have any worship in any temples in the form of a murti on this earth. However, in all pujas, you will have an important place. So while doing yajna, etc., they have one person designated as Brahma to oversee the conduct of the yajnas and pujas. But Vishnu, he blessed him, saying that you will have all pujas and you will be worshipped in temples in the form of a murti. So this, you come across this incident in many Puranas. Like I've told you before, the very unique feature of Sanatana Dharma is that in whichever form we worship Bhagavan, he will accept. So we believe that there is one Nirguna Brahman, Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya, Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. That Parabrahman is one and the same, the ultimate truth, the ultimate reality, which is Anadi Anantya. Even in Gita, 15th chapter, many verses you see Bhagavan saying how this Parabrahman is Paramatma, does not have a beginning, does not have an end. That is the significance of that column of light, which doesn't have a beginning or an end. So whether you worship that Paramatma as Krishna or Vishnu, as Devi or Rama or Ganesha or Shanmukha, whichever form, Bhagavan is bound to bless you. So in each Purana, the unique feature is, if you take Shiva Puranas, Shiva is exalted as the ultimate, the being, Parabrahman. Similarly, if you take stotras of Vishnu or Vishnu Puranas, it will be Vishnu. Shankaracharya himself has composed so many stotras on various deities. That is because each of us connects to a different form of Bhagavan, Saguna Brahman. So that is the story associated with this verse. Shankaracharya says, you are so capable, Shiva, you could pluck off the fifth head of Brahma with your tip of your fingernail. So if you're not protecting me and removing this Vidhi Lipi of mine, where I'm not able to think about you. It's just your indifference towards me, nothing else. So let us just chant this verse once and we will conclude today's class. Upeksha no chet kim naharasi bhavadhyana vimukha दुराशा भूयिष्ठा विधिलिपिमशक्तो यदि भवान् शिरस्तद्वैधात्रं न खलु सुवृत्तं पशुपते कथं वा निर्यत्नं करनखमुखेनैव लुलितम्. Some of you have asked for the WhatsApp group link. Please send me an email and I will reply. I have shared the link with you. If not, maybe in next class, we will also share it in the chat. So the full meaning is there on the slide for you to just go through. Okay, there are many of them who have saved about, who have shared about Bhikshandavar temple in Trichy. Yes, so please read more about it. How there are many episodes associated with this particular instance from the Puranas, which I told you. And one of them has shared that in many Shiva temples, there is a linga depicted with Vishnu with on top with a swan and bottom with a kurma to represent this story of Vishnu who came in the form of Varaha and Varaha, not a kurma. Varaha is a wild boar. And Brahma who went in the form of a swan. Okay. So let us conclude. It is suvrittam, not srivrittam. It is suvrittam. What is given here is correct. Now let us conclude with Shanti Mantraha. Also, before we conclude, important announcement. On 11th December, we are having Gita Jayanti. So there is Parayanam of the entire Bhagavad Gita, 18 chapters together. We will be showing you the verses on the screen and one of us from Vyoma will be chanting each chapter. Please join us online. It is a very important day, Gita Jayanti day. Please join us for the Parayanam. You all would have received the email by now with the login details. It will also be live on YouTube or you can also join us through Zoom. This is on 11th December next week for Gita Jayanti. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Dhanyavadaha. Thank you all for attending and thank you to our panelists Shriya, Charu and Aditi. We will meet next Saturday. Before that, I hope to see you all in the Gita Jayanti Parayanam on 11th December. Please check your inboxes. You would have received an email with the login details. The timing is afternoon India time. If I'm not wrong, I think it is 3 or 3:30 p.m. Someone has asked for the time. I think it is 3 p.m. Do check your inboxes. You will receive the details. Dhanyavadaha. Ram Ram Ram. Agami Shanivasare Punarmilamaha. We will meet next Saturday. Thank you.